Hi, collective. Wanted to come and give us a quick energy check-in for the weekend, for the week ahead. So, if you are on Patreon, you will see this first. It will be up on YouTube, maybe Monday or Tuesday. Energy is always fluid, so yes, knowing that via Hermit, going within thyself. Right now, we have a lot of things that are coming to the surface, especially when it comes to what is it that you are building for yourself? What is it that you have been clinging on to, holding on to, that is needing you to acknowledge it? So this, you have the Wands energy. So you're being guided by your passions, your desires. Allow your higher self that's leading those breadcrumbs to continuously push you forward. Bless me. The Ten of Wands. So you're closing this out. You're releasing this. What is it that you have been holding on to that you need to release? What has been cluttering your mind, your space, your energetic field? And getting to that, why are you allowing yourself to hold on to this? You get the Knight of Pentacles with the Ace of Wands. So I'm telling you, you literally close it out and you just literally move right back into this. This is slow moving energy, but because you are taking the one that you have with you, which is your vessel, your purification, your soul, all parts of you, everything that you've been through, you close it out, but you don't forget it. You build from this. You hold on to the piece that you do need to get you to move forward. That is a part of you. And a lot of times, a lot of people want to hide that part. But no, he has helped build you to who you are as well. Your shadow had a lot to do with a lot of the things that you have accumulated right now. And so it's like, what is it that you have been holding on to that's been playing in the background is finally coming to the surface for you to acknowledge it. It doesn't mean it has to be fixed today. It just needs you to acknowledge it. And so with you finally saying, okay, I'm going to acknowledge it, you're showing up for it. You're pouring into this. And it's like, this is what is needed of you right now. This season, this time. This is heavily, the introspection is very much so needed of you. And it is uncomfortable. But you do get back on your high horse. And no one's going to be able to stop you once you just accept whatever this is. So keep moving forward and close out whatever you need to release when it comes to that Ten of Pentacles. And you get right back into working on the things. You taking it with you and you're saying, okay, well, I do have this piece, which is what that Knight of Pentacles has. I do have it. I'm taking it with me. I'm going to keep moving forward. And it is going to be mundane. You get the Two of Wands. So you're going from the Ace to the Two. So it is slow moving progress, but you're going to be moving and your ships will come in. They really will. So you don't have to slow down. You don't have to stop. You just have to keep releasing and moving forward. Keep moving forward. Quiet the noise that you hear internally. And then we get to the Three of Pentacles at the bottom. So you have the Six of Cups here. So you're releasing a lot of past things that you may have been working on, but maybe they didn't get off the ground, and these risks or opportunities or what, quote unquote, maybe a failure, if that's what you want to see it as, you're looking at it from that different viewpoint, from a different perspective right now, understanding that it was just a part of the journey. You don't have to keep holding on to that. Individuals that came into your life was just a part of, your growth. They just was here to teach you the lesson. So people from your past see you moving forward. Yeah, the Ace of Pentacles. They see you moving forward, and with you moving forward, you get the King of Wands, the Magician, and the Nine of Pentacles. So it's kind of like, not only are you moving forward, but you're actually manifesting and creating the things that it is that you want. So a lot of people may be wondering what is it that you're actually working on with this Ace of Pentacles. And the Knight of Cups is behind that, so you do have suitors out here possibly that maybe want to invest in you. I'm not seeing any negative. I'm seeing someone that genuinely sees you as somebody worth investing in. But do you see yourself as that? What is your relationship with your self-worth? Two of Cups. So if it is a connection that you genuinely do want to work, it does require you get the Hangman behind that with the Two of Pentacles, right? If this is a connection that you do want to work, it does need you to balance out your healing as well as showing up for the said relationship. In order to work, you have to be present in the relationship. So with this is just you going back within yourself, figuring out what is it that you've been allowing, you've been giving it so much of your energy to where it's been actually heavy for you to carry. It's moving slowly, but it's not at a stop. You have the Chariot here that's going to push you as much as possible. Spirit says if you want to do this, we will guide you as much as possible. You're not without anything. It just needs you to actually sit down and assess a lot of the things that you have been positioning yourself to go for. So with the Ace of Wands, the Two of Wands, it is things that you had at the beginning. You planted seeds, but you didn't really water them as much. You've been in your headspace about them. And so you may have, disconnected from these individuals and or the projects or whatever it is you were working on. And because of that, well, you've been allowing your energy to be pulled in so many different places with this Nine of Swords here. And now it's saying, oh, you got to release that. You got to release the people, everything, to both of these. The sixes, which is 3. Well, it's 12, but it's 3. And it's saying, hey, you've been looping in this cycle for too long now. Close it out. Close it out. Get present. Get grounded on what it is that you genuinely do want right now. Get as grounded as possible. It is uncomfortable. Stabilizing yourself to where it's like you're really holding yourself accountable. But to quiet that noise, you just gotta get here. Get here. Oh, I like this color. This is a cute color. Get here. That's a quick little energy that I wanted to come show. So we're gonna get a shadow message and a chakra message. What is it that you can get into when it comes to this Hermit energy? What is it that you can actually focus on? What is it that's coming to the surface for you? That you can just keep moving forward, grace. Healing isn't linear. It isn't. But maybe you take a bag. Maybe you take a financial hit and it asks you to go within yourself. Build up the confidence because maybe you're not supposed to be a regular employee. Maybe you're supposed to be a team lead or you're supposed to be an executive, and in order for you to do that, you have to build that confidence. You have to build that self-esteem so that you can run it efficiently. And so that the people that you're leading literally knows that they have a amazing person that they would love to work for. So you're going into different territories, and that's that Nine of Wands there. And it's saying, okay, I'm gonna need you to be that confident King of Wands. So you're calling in things, but if you're gonna call it in, you need to be it today. So let's get a chakra and what I said, a shadow message. A chakra and a shadow message for the collective. Well, let's see. So for the shadow work, we have, neglect. Tend to your inner garden and it will flourish, which was that Hermit. It literally just repeated itself. Thank you, Spirit, for the confirmation. Maybe you have been neglecting some parts of you, whether it's mentally, emotionally, whatever it is, but it's asking you right now, you're being set down to show back up for it. And this is it's not punishment. This is just saying, I need you to heal this because you're going to have to teach somebody how to do this. And whether it's people, like you may be teaching people by you showing up, by you going after whatever it is that you want. Let's get a chakra message for the collective spirit. What is it that you need them to know? Overall, you have complacency, which we have been seeing. Complacency, neglect, complacency, which is pretty much the same thing. You're not actually showing up for it. You're sitting in this. So it's something in the root chakra that you need to work with your relationship with neglect and complacency related to your root chakra and whatever it is internally that you have been holding on to. And that is the overall. So sit with those two, and then let's get how you're going to alchemize it or transmute. You would do, let's see, give me one more for the, I said one more. I'm going to take that one. For the transmutation and alchemization, you get faith, which came out in my last reading that I did for the collective. It's on my YouTube. Or it's the last one. It's the last shadow message that I had did. You get faith, which is your third eye, which is your consciousness, which is your connection to the divine. So you believing that whatever it is you're working on, it is working. You may not see it on the outer surface, but I genuinely want you to know that the more you pour into this, it will flourish. And this is where it's like, if you're pouring into neglecting it, guess what happens? That is what grows, the neglect. If you pour into continuously sitting still, guess what happens? You see, so have faith that whatever you believe is the only thing that genuinely matters. Regardless of what you see in the world today, and regardless of what is being shown to you, it doesn't mean you have to believe in it. It's a lie. That's the illusion. Believing in the illusion. Believing that you're behind, believing that you have to be doing so many things at one time. No, you can show up for the things that you want on your time, which is why it is important to have a rested nervous system, which is why it is important to do this inner work. Well, let's get an angel message. We get moonlight. Maybe you need to go out and look into the moonlight. You can start working on your dream career part-time while keeping your other job to pay the bills. Soon your dream career will take flight and fully support you. So don't quit your day job going after your dreams, but do chase your dreams as much as you possibly can, because that is where actually the growth is happening. So stop neglecting your 9 to 5. Show up for that. Stop neglecting your internal work. Stop neglecting your shadow side. Stop neglecting you becoming the best version of you. Have faith that the things that it is that you believe and that you genuinely want is working. Have the faith. Have that. Have that. So, with that, what is the color? Do I want to use this deck? I'm gonna get another deck. I'm gonna get another deck for the shadow message. 1 second. So with this complacency, the third eye, this neglect, what is it that you need to know when it comes to this? So you're doing the internal work. You're doing it. But it is slow. It is slow, and I know it is uncomfortable when things do not, because the 3D is so dense, which is that Knight of Pentacles. The world does not change because you said so today. It has to align with what you genuinely believe and what are you showing up for. So yes, we do this energetic work, we do these shadow messages, and we do this because we know we have to heal this. It doesn't mean that it is true today. It's just like, okay, have I been neglecting parts of myself? What parts have I been neglecting and why? Get to the and why part. And so like once you answer, oh yeah, I have been neglecting this, I have not been showing up for this. And then what is it that you've been looping in your mind you want to do but you're not doing? What is it that that was the 9 of Swords. It's like you're thinking about it but you're not doing it. And then the 6 is you continuously neglecting it, putting it behind you. So it's like now you can't keep doing that. Your higher self is here. Literally, that is that King of Wands. The higher self is here. And it says, I'm giving you an opportunity. I'm giving you the space. I'm giving you the things that you need to work on this. You asked, for example, I was singing the song by Madison. What's her last name? Her last name's not coming to me, but when she said, dear God, won't you send me a break? Because I need to get away. Well, I was singing that. And then I lost my job 2 weeks after that, and I ain't been able to find one since. And I have not been showing up for my spiritual work. I have literally been looping in my own thoughts because it's like, dang, I keep thinking I need to get a job, I need to get a job. And he was like, I set you down these months so that you can show back up for what you wanted to do. And so here we are. Here we are together. Here we are together. So with this neglect, you get the 8 of Pentacles. So you need to go out and, I wouldn't say go out, but maybe you need to seek more guidance. Maybe you need to hire a mentor, or you need to continuously educate yourself when it comes to something related to whatever you've been neglecting. So if you're neglecting your finances, or you're neglecting holding yourself accountable, you need to go and seek the counsel of someone to help you, like practically help you push through this. Whatever you've been neglecting, you're gonna know your situation better than I will. This is just general, related to your root chakra, related to your stability, related to your foundation. What is it that you have been neglecting? What is it you're not showing up for? It's been a blockage. So maybe this could be something from the past that you don't even realize is playing in the forefront. So I'm trying to think. Well, I'm not trying to think. This is Pentacles out here. We have 8. So this would be, the infinity symbol. This would be your karmic lessons. So it's like things from the past that you may have been neglecting, and they're coming up because now the higher version of you have to deal with these. Whether this is physical, whether this is financial, whatever it is, it's practical, it's in the 3D, it is a material thing. Where you have been placing, where have you been emotionally spending, where have you been giving your energy to? So you get the Fool. So you take these new opportunities on, but you're not. You get the Fool with the 8. And also you take these because you get the 5 of Cups. You take these new opportunities on, but you're not actually seeing the results that you want to see because you're thinking it's going to come rapidly. You're thinking that because you're putting in the work today that it's supposed to change today. That's not how that is. That's not how that goes. Unfortunately. There is some naivety when it comes to these things that you're working on, and you're thinking that, because I do these manifestations, or I show up today, or I get the job today, that everything is going to change. The Hermit is still here, but in reality, that's just not how the real world works. I can tell you to write these affirmations down. I can tell you to do these intuitive sessions, and you're going to be thinking, like, when do I see the change? When is the change going to come? The change is going to come when it's supposed to, but do not rush the process. Enjoy the process, which is this Fool. This is where it's like, understanding that this is all a journey. Today you could be at your lowest financially. You can have $2 in your bank account. But if you tell yourself that I am rich in health, I am rich, I have the money, and you know that there's a version of you that is just as wealthy, be that version. Walk with that. Be that. It doesn't matter what it looks like. We all go through things. You're going to go through these disappointments, but that is where you're dismantling the system. You're taking the emotions, the cups, and the things that you do have right now, and you actually just build from this. So you quit neglecting showing up for this higher learning, this actual healing work, you moving forward to this new beginning, the Knight of Wands, because you deserve this. This is like, you have that adventurous spirit, and maybe you have went through so many tribulations and so many disappointments, and you see the world and you see a lot of the things that people are talking about on social media, and you get at a halt, and now your energy is scattered. Can't keep doing that. The Knight of Wands with the Knight of Cups. Please keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. Keep healing this. Keep working on this. I promise you, you will see the change the more you show up for it. You get the 7 of Swords. Why is the 7 of Swords here? Why is the 7 of Swords here, Spirit? That's a lot. Shit. A 7 of Swords. You get the High Priestess, the 3 of Pentacles with the Wheel of Fortune. I don't know why, but someone wants you to not. Like, someone wants you to go through a karmic lesson. So whether this is family members, whether this is friends, whether this is past lovers, whoever, whatever this is, it's playing in your energy like fucking always the Hierophant. Okay, well, maybe it's a father figure. So it's someone that, give me one more, the Nine of Wands. Okay, well, Sagittarius, fire sign, right? It's a fire sign, maybe for some of you. You have the Knight of Wands, the Fool. So it may be a fire sign that's sending you this type of energy. It's something that maybe you were in a connection with someone and you weren't telling, they didn't know who you actually were, and so you were a karmic lesson for somebody. You genuinely were a karmic lesson for somebody, and because of that, they didn't support you, they didn't invest in you in the way they should have, and they are being set down by spirit to see you go and thrive into this new beginning with you're not having them. And maybe they are the ones that feel neglected, and you're having to push through because they're sending you this energy subconsciously because they don't want to be the one that's actually in with this guilt. Ooh, there it is. There it is. Somebody is trying to send you energy subconsciously to stop your forward movement because they don't feel as though you deserve this because maybe you neglected them and or walked away from them. But in reality, you've been healing your nervous system. And so because they finally see, wait, how could you keep moving forward when you grew up with these individuals? Because that's the Six of Cups. You grew up with these individuals, or maybe these are people from the same town as you. They see you working on something, but they have not been supporting you. They've actually never supported you. These people worked in silence to stop your forward movement. Been speaking on the shit that you have been working on to stop your forward movement. So if you have not been seeing any progress, it is because people from the fucking past have been sending you energy to stop your forward movement. I know, right? Queen of Wands. So here you finally do come out. You come back on top. You go from the Knight of Wands to the Queen of Wands once you clear out whatever this is. The Hangman, because you just understand that people just genuinely don't understand that everybody's not meant to walk this path. Some people do not want to be the best version of themselves. And because if you're around people that don't love themselves and you love yourself, they're genuinely just going to stop your forward movement. And that is just something that we're not going to allow to happen. So this is where it's like, you need to heavily protect yourself, which is why that Hermit came out first. You need to go within yourself and you need to release any of these, I would say low, but any of the things that in lack that you have been feeling. Any things that is stopping you from moving forward from yourself. The only way that this shit can attach itself to you is if you continuously sit in that. And so the more you keep moving forward, the more you keep working on doing this, it can't affect you. That is the thing. Like, yes, it may hit you, it may touch you, but it's not going to stick long enough the more you just keep moving forward and showing up for the things that it is that you want. Because you are this. So you are going to go through your rebirths as many times as possible. But it does require you to understand that I'm going to have to sacrifice the time, the effort, the energy. I have to. This is you actually saying, okay, I choose to be this best version of myself. Yes, the past does not define me. Yes, I worked on this. Yes, I probably gave somebody more love than they were giving themselves. And because of that, you did pick up their karma. You did pick up a lot of the weight. And because you say, yeah, I'm not going to keep walking in this, I'm not going to keep doing this, I can't keep operating on these systems, and you let them go. And somebody don't like that, but we genuinely don't care. Because you do come back out of this. And because the Hangman is here, maybe they're like, someone's watching to see if it's working. Separate source. But it ain't working because it's going back to their ass because they wonder, how do you keep getting out of this? The Hierophant with the Knight of Cups here. So, like I said, it could be a father figure for some of you guys, a Taurus. It's a fire sign and some Taurus out here, as well as Libra. It could be a Libra for some of you guys. The Knight of Cups. But either someone's trying to come back from the past to speak something to you. I'm not getting negative, but with the Seven of Swords being at the forefront, someone's looking into something to see if it's working, but I promise you it's not working. You're not as stressed as they thought. You're not as weighed down as they thought. Give me one more, Spirit. Give me one more. And then they don't like what you do as a practice. You got the Hierophant, the High Priestess. These are the most... You got the devil out here. Maybe they feel like what you're working on is demonic. Maybe, which in my opinion is, what do you mean by that? Because I use a tool to help me become a better version of myself. So it's like they're looking to see if the spell work, if the shit that they're saying, if the things that they're sending your way is working. But unfortunately, it's not working because you have the insight. You sit with yourself. Like whenever you feel like, dang, I don't feel like showing up for that. Immediately halt. Let's get a neutral. I'm going to wait. I'm going to sit. I'm going to eat. Even if you take it in increments. I'm going to scroll on social media for 20 minutes. Scroll on social media for 20 minutes. And when you get done doing that, you say, okay, I'm going to sit with myself for these like 10 minutes so I can show up for this. Maybe 5 minutes. I need to be mindful on social media. I need to make sure I'm breathing in and out. I need to make sure I don't have any tension in my body. I need to make sure I'm not picking up the shit that they're putting down. I hear it, but I'm not going to pick that up. That's not my problem. That's not my reality. Those type of things. And so it's like, because they're trying to play in your psyche, they're trying to play in your energy, they're trying to halt you. A lot of times with this, in my opinion, because the devil comes out only when you allow yourself to be in a mental prison. When you allow yourself. Like, yeah, we all gonna go through things. We're all human. And so it's like, when you go through them, grow through them though. That is the thing. Do not stop. Do not stop. So you haven't really good picture right now on what it is you want to focus on and what you want to work on, but it does require you to peel back a little bit more layers. Be gentle with yourself. Pluto did go into retrograde, and I'm going to do a podcast episode on everything that we need to know about that. I think that'll be informative for myself as well, because I am showing up for this. I am not a professional. Like, I am not a master when it comes to this, but I am a student when it comes to this, so I'm still learning as well. And as I learn, as I grow, I love to teach and do the same for other people. So we're gearing up to release the things that are coming to the surface that we have to show up for. Whether you choose to do it or you don't, which is that Wheel of Fortune energy. It's kind of like, you don't want to show up for it now, that's fine. It'll keep spinning, and the more you sit in it, you'll wake up and you'll be of old age, and you'll be like, damn, I've been holding on to something the 3-year-old me went through, and I'm 55. And it's nothing wrong with you saying, I finally choose to release that. But if you can say, okay, I'm at the age I am now, why am I still holding on to that? Let me go ahead and just show up for that now. Let me go ahead and nurture this part of me. I'm no longer neglecting this part of me. I'm finna do it. I'm going to show up for it. I'm going to pour the love into myself. So continuously pour the love into the things that you want. Release this, because the more that you starve this, it's going to be in the background. That's really what it is. It's in the background. It's genuinely in the background. But that is the collective message that I have for you guys. And I will see you guys in the next one. I'm sending you so much love and light and healing on your journey. I really wish the best for everybody. I want you to create the life that you genuinely want to show up for with ease. You don't have to take deep heart breaths, but you do need to breathe. That is the message. And I want you to speak abundance, be abundant. Yeah, so I'll talk to you guys later.